Hi guys, I'm Phill from Australia and I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's time for another December Daily. Today we're going to be talking about harmonic slurs. Now, it's another late night for me. I've been with my family all day. They're really important to me, more important than the trumpet. So, I'm going to be using my trusty practice mute again, right? The up mute from Stomby. I really like it. You can check out my review of this and I'll leave a link in the description for it. I'm also going to use my rotary trumpet today, just to change things up, a little bit different. This is the Galileo rotary trumpet, made in Switzerland. It's really, really good. I really enjoy playing it, so you can check those out as well. I could put a link to them in the description too. Harmonic slurs. What do I mean by harmonic slurs? Now, sometimes they're referred to as flexibilities. Sometimes they're referred to as lip slurs. Sometimes lip flexibilities. Now, there's a lot of different names. Well, there are several different names for these. I like the term that Greg Spence actually put me onto, which is harmonic slurs. And the reason being is, when you say lip slurs, you think, I've got to move my lips. Same with lip flexibilities, right? Lip flexibilities means, oh, I've got to move my lips, right? And that just doesn't make sense. Now, I have used, and quite often do use, flexibilities, but recently I've heard someone do a video where they were talking about flexibilities, where flexibilities means having the ability to flex. Left me really confused, so maybe I should change my terminology and not use flexibilities anymore, because the ability to flex your lips, it just weirds me out. Anyway, so harmonic slurs. What do I mean by harmonic slurs? So it's really good for us to kind of consider this on the trumpet or any other brass instrument, because we have a harmonic series inbuilt. If you talk about our open harmonics, right, we have C, G, C, E, G, B flat, C. Right, that's our 2 octave from C below the stave through to C above the stave. Then that harmonic is repeated by pushing our second valve down. Right, and then we've got B, F sharp, B, D sharp, F sharp, A natural, B. Now for us to change the note with the harmonic slurs is we're essentially increasing our air speed to go higher or decreasing our air speed to go lower. Now we want to make sure that the corners are firm. Right? I like to pull my corners down a little bit and keep them firm that way. Some people teach the smile. I'm not going to get into that debate here. But right, the point is your corners need to be firm. The aperture, which is the bit of your lips that's inside the mouthpiece, is what I refer to as the aperture, needs to be supple, as Maggio calls it. Now, supple just means they need to be relaxed and they need to be able to be dictated what to do by the airstream. Now, the airstream controls what we do on the trumpet. Thinking about our harmonic slurs, if we start on our C, below the stave, I like to think of that as 10 kilometers an hour. Now, if you're an American, or I think even the British do miles an hour, it doesn't matter. Just 10, whatever speed measurement you use, right? It's not an exact science, it's just a thought process to make things easier. Then we go up, so D is 20, E is 30, F is 40, G is 50. So our first step, we're going from 10 kilometers an hour to 50 kilometers an hour. Now, when you're in your car, or if you don't drive, you're on your bike, when you're stopped and you want to go to 50 kilometers an hour or 50 miles an hour, you're not going to be able to do it in that much space. Right? It takes meterage for you to get up to speed. So one thing that I like to think about is visualization. So think about your 10 kilometers an hour, 50 kilometers an hour, 80 kilometers an hour, but each of those speeds takes a further distance to get to. So we need to be able to get to that distance, right, without air at the same time. So that's just another thing to think about. So while I'm doing my harmonic slurs, I'm thinking the speed, but I'm also thinking distance ahead, essentially projection, for how far it's going to take me to get to that speed, and that's where I need that note to speak. And then you repeat that through your harmonic. So you would then push your second valve down and do the same thing. Alright, still keep the same thought process. Keep your speeds per hour going, keep your distance going as well. Give this a go at home. and just changing this mindset. You don't even have to change which exercises you're working on with your harmonic slurs. Just change the thought process and you'll notice you'll be able to get faster, you'll be able to go higher as well, you'll also be able to go lower. And also remember to change which direction you go in. All right, we all have a preferred direction, whether it's up or down. I find going up easier than coming down. Some guys find coming down easier than going up. It's just a personal thing. Make sure you change them up because we all have a personal preference, no matter how good you are. If you're short on time and you really want to improve your trumpet playing, check out my free guide on how to structure your practice. Right? I'll leave a link in the description. It shows you how to structure what you do, when to practice it, how often to practice it, and how much time you should spend on it, in addition to some examples of what things you should be practicing. So go and check that out. It's a free guide. The link is in the description and it will help you to structure your practice so that you will improve in just 30 minutes. Also remember to hit that subscribe button, tick the bell notification. That way you will stay tuned for future videos. As always, I'm Phill from Australia. Have a great day.